Meanwhile, President JD Vance, or Vice President JD Vance, and Secretary of State Marco Rubio in Rome for the Pope's inaugural mass. The Vice President's also meeting with President Zelensky to discuss the war in Ukraine. The Pope calling for love and unity as he officially starts his pontificate. Joining us now to discuss this further is Nandita Bose, White House correspondent for Reuters. Nandita, Vance and Rubio in Rome as the first American pope starts his papacy, but Pope Leo's politics are seemingly at odds with the Trump administration. Do you anticipate friction at all between Pope Leo, that is, and Trump?
You know, it was a really, really important meeting and a big moment for Vice President Vance as he made a trip to the Vatican again, his second trip to the Vatican in less than a month. He met the Pope. He shook hands with him. He appeared to talk to him for a few seconds, and this comes as the Pope has offered to be a peacemaker and to broker a peace deal between Ukraine and Russia, and to do everything he can to put an end to this conflict. And the Vice President going to this inaugural ceremony and meeting him and talking to him about this conflict, that's a big step for this administration. I think, what remains to be seen is how the Pope sort of feels about the president and the work that he's doing. He has criticized the administration's immigration stance in the past, and specifically Vice President JD Vance. So we'll see how this sort of meeting, ultimately leads to how the Vatican and the White House end up working together. But a big moment. Yeah. For both sides.
Speaking of that big moment, Zelensky and Vance were seen shaking hands at the Pope's inauguration. We know this comes at a time where Trump is going to speak to Putin and Zelensky separately tomorrow. What do you think that really important phone call between both leaders at separate times will be like?
I think it's a big day a big week for talks, really. The president will speak to President Putin, as you noted. That's a big moment, right? He views himself as a peacemaker. He views himself as somebody who can put an end to this conflict. He has repeatedly talked about how he is the sole person who can put an end to this war, and he made similar comments just this weekend to Fox News. So his skills and his ability to bring Putin to the table will really be tested. Look, President Putin has repeatedly moved the goalpost when it comes to ceasefire negotiations, and he was supposed to show up in Istanbul for talks. He did not. He instead sent a second-tier team for negotiations, and so President Trump's ability to really get him to the table to move forward with these ceasefire negotiations and to accept an unconditional ceasefire for 30 days will be something that we will be watching for.
Yeah, the world's going to watch if President Trump can play a key role in peace between Russia and Ukraine. He said on the campaign trail he can. We'll have to see that call happening, at least the first one, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. Nandita Bose, thank you so much for your time and insight.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.